for you to get registered as a team there for the hackathon. So please go to the Dora Hack and register. To discuss the subject of today, we are lucky to have an expert who knows both sides of the game, institutional security and pure entrepreneurship. He's an ex-Ledger, the founder of StakeLab, and now leads Junction. Thank you, Adrien Faget, for being here today. To kick things off, could you briefly introduce your background and what you learned moving from Ledger to founding StakeLab and now Junction?
Sure. Thank you for the introduction. So hi everyone. My name is Adrien. I do have like a kind of like a typical like I guess like background. So I did like some computer science. I did economic, and then I discovered League of Legends, and then became a pro gamer. So I dropped like from school. Was like one of the first French player that did have like a contract as a pro gamer there. And then I did have the chance to meet David Ballon, which was one of the co-founder of Ledger back in the time. So at this time, he was working on some solution to basically just like buy Bitcoin like for you and send it to your house with like a USB key. And then when they created Ledger, they invited me to come in 2017. So I started like I would say like career, professional one there, growing the step and everything at Ledger during like 6 years. At the end, I was like a developer advocate. So basically doing the relation between like developers, so the internal one to the external one, from the nano application to everything that works with like DeFi, all the protocols that we were like implementing, or they will implement Ledger solutions in the protocol for the security part as well. And at this time, I created like my first two companies. So StakeLab is like the first one I did create. It's a basic staking company. Bootstrapped, I would say like mostly like from Cosmos ecosystem, and then mostly like evolve into a multi-chain environment. And recently, I would say I joined after that because there was like too much people like in Ledger, so it was like too big. We were like 900 at this time. I joined a smaller team, XDeFi, that switched to a control wallet as a name, so a multi-chain wallet. I was leading the ecosystem like there, so basically running the product and make it like evolve. And we bootstrap it from that product. One of them, it was an aggregator that was basically allowing within multiple like algorithms to connect every chain and every token. So we created Junction like from this, and basically it was like my first company with also like investors. So we did like a pre-seed round for that, and yeah, this is mostly it for the background, and here I am today.
Thank you very much, Adrien, for that introduction. As you can all see, Adrien went from all the steps as an entrepreneur, from building to fundraising to leading teams. So at this point, we'd like to open it up to the audience. This is your time to ask any question you want, as it is an AMA format, whether it's technical, business, fundraising, team related, or even specific to your own project. Don't be shy. There are no bad questions here. Adrien is here to answer all questions. So please don't hesitate if you have some. You can unmute yourself if you want to ask a question. Write it in the chat or in the Discord. I will be happy to read it. We have actually a first question. Thank you, Nicolas, for that question. Adrien, if you were doing a hackathon today, what would you build?
It's pretty funny because it's not like an hackathon, but yesterday I did like try just to do a Python stream, and like doing it, I was like, okay, what can I build? Let's say like in an hour. And recently I did like travel, and while traveling with my pets, I was like, it's pretty boring to have like all of this paper like to bring like for the cats. You have like the vaccine, you have like the passport and everything. And I was like, what? Why it's not like possible to just have like a digital wallet for them? So you could have like storing your pet's information, getting like medicine, like I don't know, like all the items for them as well. and basically just like a QR code with it, and you could just like scan it and just like go with it. And I said like, okay, let's try just like to build it like in an hour. And yeah, we I think like if I was doing an hackathon, I would basically build this because it's pretty efficient. Like for me, I will be a user, and if I will be a user, I guess like there will be like more user. And generally, like when you focus on something, if you are not a user, like it's already okay. I know there is a user. Maybe it's your friend, it's your family, or you just like meet someone and you say like, oh yeah, I have a struggle like doing that, and you say like, okay, there is no product that solve it. Maybe I could just like solve it by building something. So yeah, it will be like the first question I would ask, and if I was doing an hackathon, I will finish this product because I think like it's viable like for me, and I will use it first. And I'm pretty sure it's a good business because looking at the data, there is like so many pet users, and also like yeah, it's a profitable business.
And it's even something where we can add privacy on top, as it could be personal data.
Yeah,
Uh,
you have your personal data, the one like for the pets, like the tattoos, the register, like for the numbers for the pets. And for the product, it's pretty simple. It could be like a digital wallet. It's like a mobile application for you store your data like from your pets, and yeah, you can just like open it, scan it for like traveling, so you don't have like to bring your papers already like with them. So just like solving a small issue, and then you add like all your items that generate like profit. So it can be an aggregator of like and refill like things to buy items dedicated like to your pet. So if it's a cat, it brings you like to cat's item or like something like that. I mean, it's just like an idea. Like you can just like find something, I guess.
you mentioned, thank you very much for that. You've mentioned something really interesting when answering the question, is that you were validating your idea because you think you have user for that kind of product. Um, I have one question on my side. Would you personally validate whether an idea is worth pursuing beyond the hackathon phase? So you mentioned the users. Maybe you have other validation criteria.
Yeah, I mean, I can speak potentially like from the background and like how do I start like for example like Stake Lab, which was like I guess like the start of my entrepreneur like career. It was pretty simple. Like I was looking at what existed like in cryptocurrencies. I was like, okay, staking is like something that is like pretty new. It was like the start of like POS chain, so there wasn't like too much validator at this time, and there was like this thing pretty simple. I did see some name, and I did see like their profits, and I said like, okay, so this is a business that works, and then I just like tried to find like how it could like evolve. Is it like scalable? Can I do it myself? How do I learn? And from that, like, okay, I didn't know if I would be like a user, but I thought I would be a user because my idea was like, I do have coins and I want to make like something from them. So just like not store them like in my ledger, but earn something while waiting because that's the main idea. You want to see like the long-term vision. So staking for me like started like to be something like okay, it's gonna be something cool. I'm gonna make profit as well, and I'm pretty sure if I want to use it, there are gonna be like more users. The thing is like when you start like an hackathon or like a product, there is many times when you think you're gonna solve something, but actually nobody is interested about your product, and this is something you have like to understand because sometimes as a founder, like an entrepreneur, you have to this need of like having like some ego because you need to be sure that your product gonna work. But at the same time, you need to be as well like try to refine your mind every day and say like, is it like worth it? Is it like something that people will use? Like because sometimes you're gonna say like, oh yeah, for example, like Junction. When I started it, I was like pretty sure like I'm gonna change the world of like interoperability. The thing is like at this time there was like many solution like relay like a dbridge and that was like already did have like them big rounds, so like 10 million rounds. So I was like okay, I'm perfect. This is like the perfect timing. There is already like some validation. My product gonna be good. The thing is like sometimes my idea was like, I understand what they do, but I want to do something different than them. And basically, I think my idea is better than them. The thing is like, you can validate it if you have like the money to prove it and basically like have the traction and etc. But the thing is like, if you have like big names and already well-funded company, they will not like help you as well to have like a name and have like traction because they will, if you're gonna have like something that didn't invest, they're gonna try to not make them like invest in you. If you have like users, they're gonna try to keep them or just like try to find like some vulnerabilities like in your side or just like yes, spread like bad things, just like to not make you work. So there is multiple things to understand. So if it's gonna be working because like there are going to be users, is it the right timing, is it like something that is like on the trend, is there like competitors, are they already like well funded, um and what do you have like on your side? So um any product can be viable, but you have like to rethink about this like in at what time you are like right now, because maybe like something like for example Junction, if I was like doing it, let's say like 3 years ago, I would have like potentially like all the VCs like around me. When I did try it, it was mostly because like the idea was like different than the other one that I did like was able to raise like almost like 1 million from it. Um, but if I was like doing like the same thing, people would just say like, okay, but that already like happened. And I guess like the thing about that is that how do you speak about it? Because you did have like some pitching like section, I guess, like before. But the thing is like it's all about the narrative. Like when we started like Junction, like for example, the pitch was like interoperability. And then the next year, everything was like stablecoin. But the thing is like our product was too complex because we were like doing everything. So basically Bitcoin native to ETH, like Solana to a meme and meme to ETH or like Cosmos. So basically like everything. But guess what? The one that was like working at this time and like people were like basically taking all users at this time was the one that did only had USDC and USDT because like the narrative was only stable coins. So I mean, your product can be viable. Like any idea is good, but you have like to yeah refine your ideas every time and just like sometimes try to think less than more. So like at first,
Okay, beautiful. Thank you very much for that exhaustive answer.
yeah.
Um,
Sorry.
no, no, a lot of value there. I think to summarize it a bit, you can see some signals that could validate your product, whether it's from the market, from some traction, some users, or seeing investors investing in competitors. So that's very interesting at that point. Quick question here. How do you see all these signals when you are deep building your product? Do you think that you need to be a solo tech genius to build that kind of product, or do you need to have like another profile, maybe business profile?
I guess it depends. Like you have to like as a founder, you have like to do everything. Like so you can't be just like an engineer. You can't be just like a social guy. So you have like to you have like to find out. Like I'm gonna again like try to select from my experience. But when I started like Tech Lab first, I did see the opportunity. I was like not understanding anything. Like what I was doing was like completely like a whole. Like I was like, okay, like I have no idea what I'm doing. Like the dog, like the meme. It is basically the same. But the thing is, like, I did just like ask every single people technical that I didn't knew that was like in this business. Like, how does it work? Like, oh, what can I do? Or can I learn about that? I was like treating them every single minute, like in my DM, like could be like Discord, Telegram, like everyone, just like to try to understand. Like, and what I did, like understand the simple basic, just like copy paste, like the command line or like things like that. I was like, okay, it's working actually. Like my blockchain is like launched. I have no idea how it works, but like it's cool. I do understand. And from that, like I just like explored like all these things that was like going around and make like a safe and secure product. And then of course at some point hire like people like better than me. That's mostly like all you start like when you are like a founder. But the thing is like if you only imagine like in this side, if I was like the technical guy like very deep, my thing will be, okay, so I already know like how to make it like very secure. And potentially at this time I would have like focused too much on the tech to make like a very secure product, but didn't speak like to everyone at the same time. And potentially like my product wouldn't have like the success it did have because if you stay like only on like on your hand, you're not gonna work. So it's potentially just better just like to speak to everyone. If you have no idea what you do, it's fine until you figure it out and make like something that works. Um, I mean, the good thing is like speak to everyone. This is mostly how it works.
Uh,
And the finality of the question was
if you could do it by yourself, if you would
yes.
need a business profile or
So you
just
don't
find
need,
out.
yeah, like basically the goal is like you don't need, you just need to work more. If you have like let's say I don't know, like you have like a job because at this time I was like working like for Ledger. So as a developer advocate, I was traveling a lot as well. So just to give you an idea, a day is like nine to five. So that's mostly like a normal job, but plus traveling, plus working like on the side project. So some, I would say like most of my day I was like sleeping like 5 to 6 hours while traveling and basically working all the rest of the time like on my own product. So you have to just like do the things. Like if you're very good like technically, then you're gonna go like fast on the tech. But then just like focus your rest of your time on developing the business. If you're good at business, then just you're gonna do it like by yourself because you're good at it. So try to focus on how you're gonna make a simple tech that works, and then try to find out like the man that's gonna scale your product technically. That's mostly like the idea. But solo founder is like pretty good. It's easier because it goes fast, and actually, if you fail, then it's fine. Like it's only yourself and your money, so you don't care.
Okay, so at the beginning, solo founder is good. Be
Yeah,
curious, talk to everyone, and figure things out, and then you'll have the time and money to hire someone else.
yeah.
We have a new question from Nicholas in the chat. If you would start a DeFi product today, where would you establish it? Still in Singapore? And how to create a company in Singapore? Immigration seems difficult there.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, like, I don't know, like, if everyone are French here mostly, or it's like
Uh,
around Europe.
oh, we have people worldwide. Some people are
Okay,
French, some
worldwide.
people worldwide.
Okay. I mean, like from my own, like, I would say, like, studies, like, to understand, like, oh, you could establish, like, a business, what's, like, important and what's, like, the thing that you're gonna have, like, from it. So there's difference in, like, if you're in Europe, you could just, like, establish it, like, in Europe. But guess what? Like, in Europe, you have, like, the regulation with, like, MiCA, etc. And the good thing is that they need enterprise, they need entrepreneurs, even though the valuation are like quite low, even though there is like so much taxes, there is a need of like enterprise. So there is people that find and fund these companies. So it can be like an opening like for you. But if you want to establish like more, I would say like your gains and potentially have like no gray area, because that's why like I didn't go like in Europe, because the gray area like in Europe is like something very scary. You don't know like what's gonna happen tomorrow, and basically even though they have like some rules and laws, when it happens and you have like let's say like someone that tracks you, it can goes wrong because they like the gray area is like the laws are like stipulated like that, but it's like you don't really understand like what's gonna happen, because it's like, oh, it can be this, but it also like can be considered as this. Um, in Singapore, it's completely different. Uh, it's like if your business is doing this, then you're categorized as this. So it's very, very simple. There is no gray area. And the second thing is like there is like not too much taxes like for the salaries and employees, and as well on your capital gain there is 0%. So this is like completely big. So it means that if you sell your company, you're gonna have like 100% of your company profit, which is pretty good.
Okay,
So
nice.
yeah, I will do it again. Like it's not very complex. You just have like to find out like some website. I can recommend some if you want. that allow you like to set up your companies. You don't need to be there actually. You like it's like if you want to set up like a company like in the US, like in Switzerland, like in Europe or like Singapore, like whatever, there is a lot of website where you can just like even pay like in stablecoin or like with your card and set up like the company, have hire like someone that manage your entity like there, and that's it. But as an entrepreneur, I wouldn't recommend to like go with the structure and all these things like first. You need to focus on your product and get like users. Once you have like a validation and profit, then you can go. Otherwise, you're gonna waste all your time, all your money on just like, oh, okay, but if I get like regulated, or if the I don't know, like I'm gonna have like my tax report, what gonna I do? Like you don't mind, like it's very small, like you're nothing like for them, and they don't care until you get like money. But at this time, you're gonna check first, make money, make users, and then we're gonna see. That's more important, I would say.
Okay, thank you for that answer. It made me ask something when you answered it. You, as an entrepreneur, what were the biggest mistakes that you made when you had your business? You mentioned maybe focusing on something that you could focus on later, such as a business co-founder, or even focusing on legal or juridic stuff. What would be the biggest mistakes you've identified during your experiences?
So there is multiple now that I'm getting like old, I guess. But yeah, so there is multiple one in different like area. The first one was like about the money. So when you have like a profitable business, you will potentially think like it's okay to spend money because like I'm earning money. But the thing is like you never know how much time it's gonna last. So potentially you're gonna make like 100K like per month, think you're gonna make millions, and then like everything like stop 6 months after. So if you do this, the thing is like you want to scale and try to say like, okay, let's spend let's say like 60K per month and try to grow like from here. The thing is like if your business is like very related to crypto, like specifically like into like some assets prices, like staking, for example, um, then or like exchanges, the thing is like if it drops, like there is like a market crash, then basically you're kind of like fucked because you cannot like pay the invoices. Then you have like to downsize like everything. And the thing is like getting employee, it's taking time. Paying them is taking time. Doing like all your report, it's taking time. So when you make money, the good thing is like save money, put them like somewhere, make money with them, make them like secure, and don't try to overspend. If you need like someone like to hire, it's only because you cannot handle everything. The first people I was like hiring, like for the Stake Lab, for example, I was before that alone managing 60 validators, as well as doing like my job like during the day, and as well doing like the businesses, the marketing, and etc. Even like speaking with the community and everywhere. So you can do it. Trust me, you can do it. You're young, you're powerful. You just need to just like do the things. Uh, at this time, of course, you need to hire because you didn't make money. You're like, okay, I cannot handle like all of this. It's getting like completely a mess. I'm not even like sleeping anymore. It's getting crazy. Then you hire like someone. But it's the same. Don't overspend. It's not because you're making, let's say, like 100K a month that you have like to spend like 10K for someone. Um, just like don't overspend. Consider that it's like the money of the company is like basically, I don't know, the money of your like your own money. Like it's the same. Don't overspend it. So that's the first thing. And the second thing is that if you do a fundraise, it's basically the same, but differently. If you fundraise, don't use the fund to hire like people. Just make sure that these funds are like for you for a specific time, and if you can, because if you were like working like let's say like I don't know like in the job, And if you get, let's say, like money because you stop the job, and you have like, let's say, like kind of like a little rent like every month, save that. Don't make you like as an employee of your company. Just use this money and save the money of the investors to just like, yeah, I don't know, like use it properly like for the enterprise. So yeah, I would say like overall, take care of your money. It's very important, and that's how you're gonna make a big company later. Because the more you have, the more you can make, and the more you can make, the more you can take opportunities. So take time, save the money, and don't overspend.
Very valuable piece of advice here. I think you're all building something great during this hackathon. You might be continuing with this project product after the hackathon. So being entrepreneurs by yourself. Here, Adrien is giving really good advice. Don't hesitate to ask any questions that you may have, any doubts that you may have as future entrepreneurs. Adrien is here for that. So please ask any questions that you may have concerning your project for the hackathon, concerning after the hackathon as entrepreneurs or anything. Don't be shy. It's really your time. Please take advantage of it.
Yeah, remember like when I started, like I was basically as you. Like, it's very, it's the same. Like you have to start somewhere. You have to ask a lot of questions. Like if you don't ask the question to me, then what's gonna happen? Like when you're gonna, I don't know, like okay, like I want to speak like to this like investor, or I don't, I want to speak like to this like partner. If you can't speak with me, you're not gonna be able like to speak with them. So you have like yeah, just no worries. Like in business, you basically don't have to care. Don't be shy. Speak. Be confident of like what you have, even though it's shit. I'm gonna tell you it's shit. It's fine. We can change and like try to iterate like something else. Um, I mean, that's how it works. What are
Okay.
the people mostly working on here? It's like DeFi and privacy.
Yeah, it's
Maybe on the
privacy in DeFi and RWA. Maybe you have some advice on this.
yeah. I mean, the first thing like I think like pretty important like in privacy like to get is that you're gonna be in trouble potentially in many things regarding legal or like things like that. I think there is like someone raising their hand, Evelyn.
Yeah, Evelyn, please ask. Do you want to unmute yourself? Oh, perfect. Hey, Evelyn.
Camera on.
Hello.
Hello.
This is just kind of a general question about the hackathon. Um, can I there's at the time of this hackathon when it starts, there's going to be a build-a-thon going on. And there's actually some synergy between what I'm trying to build and the other like software. It's for Alio. And I just wanted to see if it was okay to use like the same project, or does it have to be a completely different project?
Okay, just to
Yeah,
yeah, go ahead, Richard.
yeah, yeah. Sorry, Evelyn. But the question is it okay to build something that is already existing on iExec
No, the
ecosystem?
question, no, the question is, can I build this project for the build-a-thon and then, or for the hackathon, for this hackathon, and then also build it for the other event, the build-a-thon?
Oh
And
yeah,
I'm
of
going to be
course.
you. You can't. Okay. Okay.
Of
I
course,
just want to
yeah,
make sure
hackathon
because
could be a great opportunity to start to build something or to value the development of some stuff you did before. The idea is just to make it work with the subject of the hackathon. So about privacy and DeFi and RWA. So yeah, of course, you do not have to start from scratch. You can do it, but you can start from some existing things and you just have to fit with the subject.
Mhm. Okay. And what are you guys looking for as far as like a final, like when we turn in for judging? Does it have to be like completely like done, working? Like what are you guys looking for?
We know that in 1 month that's a bit difficult to build something with a product market fit and so on, but you have to there are some things that we want to see in the finalist project. Of course, a good quality of code. Some technical juries will have a look on the code and the GitHub. So it has to be very high quality code. The second thing is we want to see some projects that has a market. We do want to see projects just okay that's cool, but you don't have a market on top of it. So you have to build something that it's an answer to a problem, a stake on the market. And at the end of the day, also the quality of the presentation. We did a workshop about how to pitch in front of a big audience or in a video, how to be impactful in such a presentation. So there is an important part of the notation which will be on the presentation because if you are finalist, you have to pitch in front of a big audience in a former cinema in Paris next to the Champs-Élysées. So that's also a way to upskill yourself, not only on code, but also on entrepreneurship in general.
Okay.
Did I answer your
Oh
question,
yeah,
Evelyn?
yes, it does. Thank you. Yeah, I did attend the had a pitch. I believe it was on Wednesday.
Yeah,
Uh,
that was on Wednesday, but you also have the replay on the iExec YouTube channel in the next few days.
okay. Okay, cool. Good stuff. Thank you so much.
No problem, Evelyn. I let you go ahead, Pierre-André.
Yeah, we have a new question in the chat from Vlad. Thank you so much for asking that question. It's for you, Adrien. Vlad is asking, how did you go about deploying your product and launching? So, do you have any specific insights, sorry, around the mistakes you could make around a launch?
Oh yeah, plenty of them. I guess like when I started like first, when I was like alone, I think I didn't make like so much mistake because the idea was like as I didn't add like any, I would say like very good skills at making like something good. I was just like going fast and just like trying to have like something working. Um, and basically this is why like I guess like it did work like pretty well because if you're good or like at something, generally you will want to make it like beautiful, better than the other one. But the thing is, like, if you do that, then you're gonna lost like potentially your first user. They're gonna go like into like another product, and then it's already like over because yeah, you lost a timing, and that's pretty crucial when you launch like a product. So uh, I guess like from the mistakes is like trying to want like something ahead of the others. Uh, I guess like one of the best at this is like Etherfi. Etherfi did pretty much launch only horrible product. Like the UX is like horrible. The UI is like not really great. But the thing is like every product did work and they were going fast and they were like the first to do it. And they are still doing it like with like the new bank, the payment with card. And guess what? Like they are just like killing it because they don't care much about like making it like as a product that everyone will say like, wow, this is like actually like great. They just like focus on the execution of like having a product that work and trying to see like if people like likes it. Um, if you have like users and can grow like from there and they have like a, let's say like a something they say like okay actually this is cool I can speak it to a friend because it's actually like an opportunity to be used. So mistake is like trying to want to be too perfect, just like launch a product, there is no timing, Don't wait. Let's say like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna launch the 15 because this is like the birth date of like my father or like something like that. We don't care. Like if your product is ready, just like push it live, and yeah, just go like with that. So yeah, don't
Don't
wait too much
overthink
for the
it.
launch. Don't
Okay,
overthink. Yeah,
as
specifically
always.
for the launch. Don't overthink.
Okay, okay, very nice. We have another question from Nicholas. First of all, Vlad, if that answers your question perfectly, if that don't hesitate to ask a complement of the question. From Nicholas, we have a question about receiving sanctioned crypto from a user in DeFi on your protocol. Uh, what happens, and do we even need compliance in DeFi products?
That's a very good question. And actually, yes, you need. So there is like uh, I would say like multiple different like view like on that. Some people will say like we don't care because it's decentralized. So if you have let's say like a validator set or something like that, or like a pool like on Uniswap, like a UniV3 pool. So there is like people that provide liquidity, and then there is swap like happening on your protocol. Then it's fine because like the legally speaking, they will say that the liquidity is like from various like liquidity provider, and we cannot see and like understand like which one did provide because like it's multiple people, so it's actually okay. Like Uniswap like win a case like in the US like on that. So it's clear that you can have like a protocol like that, but imagine there is like you have like something specifically like with privacy, so something where people can then privately like interact with. I guess it's always the same. So you can make it, but they will ask you to basically know your customer before. So once your customer is approved, then of course he can just like transact privately, because in case this person is known as like a sanctioned like person or address, then you can just like yeah size it, stop it, freeze it, like whatever. Um, so there is like a obvious regulation like on that. Like for example, like on Junction with like the swaps, there was like this question like with because we are using like things like chain flip, chain. So there was like this okay, but you know when people like hack is they basically just like use this protocol to put them then in BTC, and then like they are escaped from Paolo freeze. I will say. But yeah, I mean, we do need to have like a list of like sanctioned address. So you can either use like some various like companies that provide you like this list, and once they have like one, it automatically like upgrade like on your side. The thing is like it's pretty costly. It costs a lot. So I would recommend just like to be aware of like just like reading like one time a day, like the event happening like on Twitter or like with an AI or like whatever you want, and get like these new like sanctioned address if there is like an hacker or something like that. So you can basically just like directly have like in your OFAC sanctioned list. It's called OFAC. Um, so you can just like put the address, and then the address cannot use your protocol. The idea is like once like there is one that is like identified, you should just like block the address, and that's fine. Your protocol is safe. You just need to put it like in your terms.
Very great answer and questions. And question. It's true that as an entrepreneur, we have two schools. One is code first, ask for forgiveness later, and one other is first compliance and strict compliance. But in all cases, you need to think about compliance and how to integrate it into your protocol. We have a complement of question from Vlad. You are walking your puppy right now in Boston, US, so beautiful. The answer would be like a podcast in your ears. The question is, how did you go about getting your first users? What was marketing like? Did you launch via a Twitter post? How did users find about you? What do you think you could have done better? So the very first steps of launching the protocol.
Yeah, that's actually a very good question, and it's a good one actually because I have like two different like experiences, and from that, it can give you like some insight. So an example, Junction, like the last product that I did create is like everything at the same time. So it's pretty hard to identify the product as a community. So when you speak about it, it can talk to everyone, which seems great because you can speak like to the Bitcoiners, the Ethereum guy, the Base one, the Solana one, the Cosmos guy. So it seems like, wow, I'm gonna reach like everyone. But the reality is that it's the opposite. You need like a niche. You need like somewhere, like a single community. So I would say first having like a single ecosystem. So Stake Lab, for example, it was only Cosmos because we started like the validation on the proof of stake on Cosmos. So it's pretty, I would say like important because like people will identify your project as okay, Stake Lab is doing POS on Cosmos. If we were doing like Ethereum and Cosmos at the same time, potentially we were like already like I've lost like some people. So having like this focus on a single ecosystem, I was like pretty easy to get like into like the community. So Telegram, Discord channel, Twitter, just like to speak with the people, like speaking around like this product and this ecosystem. So they generally like are yeah. I mean, this is better because if you speak multiple language, it's like speaking to like French people, to like English people or like Indian people at the same time, and like everyone has like a different culture, and you're probably like gonna get lost. So start first with like a community, a Telegram, a Discord, or just like in Twitter, like people that speak about like a I don't know, like something around your product, let's say, or like the ecosystem, and then reach like one, two, three, five guys that have like an interest over like your ID, create your own community, speak in this community, like still like with your product, people will basically make a tag on you and say like, okay, this guy is the guy that I should talk if I was like speaking to this, I would say like IDs. So myself, for example, people were like talking to me when they wanted to know like something about Cosmos. So it's like, okay, this is the Cosmos guy. And something I did at this time was like I was identified as the Cosmos validator guy. That was my handle like on Twitter because I was like having 60 validator and they was like having fun because I was like alone doing that, and the other company were like I don't know, like 30 people or like something like that. And it was like pretty fun. But the thing is like when people identify you as an ecosystem or like a simple like niche, then guess what? Like you reach a tons of people, and generally they it works like pretty well. Um, but if you was like doing, I don't know, like three or five things like at the same time, it wouldn't have worked. So I would consider just like focus on the simple thing, like be the expert of that and speak only about this. So on Twitter, speak only about like your niche, your ecosystem. Same with your first post. So you speak about your product. So you can say, hey, we are like this. We are launching like this product ID on this ecosystem. This is us. We are doing that. And all of your posts should be related to that until you have like enough people. Once you have like the community that knows you like with this, then you can yeah, I don't know, like just like go like into another thing. Of course, if it doesn't work, pivot. I mean, you're an entrepreneur.
I hope that answers your question, Vlad. Thank you very much,
I,
Adrien.
maybe the what could I have done like better?
Yeah,
So on Stake Lab, I think it was great, but I should have pushed more because when I did reach, I would say like enough, like for me, like as a single man. I was like, okay, this is enough. I'm not sure I can handle more, and I just like try to just like stay with this community and not like make it grow. The thing is like, I think I should have pushed and continue to grow it. I'm pretty sure it would have like worked like still. Um, I mean, that's a bet, a guess, but still, I think I could have done better like on that. I'm not really good at marketing. I was just like pushing information and try to give insight to people like on my community. But yeah, I should have pushed more on that.
And small question on my side, how important is storytelling versus pure technical expertise and excellence?
Uh, I guess it depends of the audience. Um, I'm not sure. I can tell a lot of stories even though I don't like it. Um, I mean, generally, if I see like a guy with like a profile putting like storyteller, for me it's like bullshitter. But the thing is like they are pretty good at selling things. So, but they are focusing on like a specific like people. So like their clients, their customers. It's like the people that likes to hear like things that like stories and say like, wow, this is incredible. I completely agree with this vision. So generally, like it's a specific community. But I mean, it's good to do that sometimes because you need like some narrative. You need like to make people kind of like agree to like your vision and like where you are going and why would they just like keep like following you. So I guess you should do depend of your product. If it's very technical, consider just like very technical and just like 10% storytelling, just like to grab like some
Hmm?
attention like sometimes, but don't do like 50-50. If it's like a product that is like more consumer, like upgrade the storytelling. It's mostly like, is it like consumer or is it technical? I mean, if you have like a technical solution, stay on the technical. If it's like for everyone, push the narrative.
Okay, so you need to find the right balance according to your audience and
Yeah,
identify before that who you are talking to, so how you will
yeah.
speak to them.
Identify your product and like your audience.
Okay, very nice. Do we have some more questions? You've been shy in the Discord. Thank you so much for your questions on the Zoom. Don't hesitate if you have any question, even personal question concerning your project. It might benefit everyone in the room. I'll give you some time if you need, and if you don't, maybe Adrien, you have some one last final piece of advice that you want to share with the hackers today.
I mean, um, mm,
Hard question, I know.
no, no, I'm just like thinking of something. I guess like it's cool like you start like from here. Um, if you have ideas, try to look like there is AI, there is like multiple things right now. So an idea can be like very quickly into like something a prototype that works, and that could be just enough to convince you if your idea is good um, or not. The thing is like it's also problematic because like there's too much prototype, there's too much ideas, and a lot of them are like, yeah, not really working. So I guess what I will do right now is like be sure that what I'm building is like interesting, having like a interesting into thing. How can I make money with it? How much people can I just like talk to it? So if it's like a technical solution, then it's gonna take a lot of time. Of course, it's always longer than just like something you can just like ship and that's it. The thing is like who you're gonna talk to. So if it's like technical, identify already like the people and the integration you're gonna do. Is it like integrated like by let's say like big partners that's gonna use it, that's gonna make this amount of volume or like this amount of TVL, and then I'm gonna make like this amount if I reach like this. If it's already like too complex, just drop it. If it's like, oh yeah, but if I have like 100 million on it, I'm gonna make like 500K. It's already too complex. It's not enough money for having like a 100 million. Consider like something else. Try to find like something that potentially have way less but makes more. Um, on the technical side, I would say. On the consumer side, like just like or or like a technical solution, but like simpler. Um, Try to find like something that reach either the trend. So look at what's like around you. Potentially like in the Gen Z and all like the younger people that basically just like have their whole life started like with AI, like what they gonna need like right now, like when they're gonna be like 18, 20, 25, or basically try to find like what the older people need, because it's like getting like out of control. So like you can build like anything. Don't be surprised. Even though if it looks like a boomer, like already like today I did talk like with someone that was managing money like of like kind of like 60, 70 years old like people. But actually it was like pretty smart because these people are like at the end of their life, so they basically saved their whole life. So they have money. They did work like their whole life. And so if you make a product, let's say like for the young people, like the new Gen Z, then it's different. They're not gonna have like too much money. So consider your product if you speak to these people to be like something that don't need too much money or like small transactions, small amounts to like for example, it works with meme coin because the idea was like, oh bro, you have like $10, make it like 1 million. So it was like talking to the new people. Um, it's basically like this. So try to literally understand like your focus and like where you are like spending your time, and why you are like doing this. It's crazy, but I'm not like thinking about that like often. So it's good like sometime to just like put everything down, look at your product and say, okay, is it actually like viable? Like what are these people? Do they have the money to do it? Or do they have like the time to use my product? Is it like interesting? Uh, like ask you like all these questions, and then you will see, but a lot of times the product you think that are like viable are not. So yeah, I mean, it's fine. You're young. You're at your top level, like to do businesses. It's perfect. Just drop the ideas if it's bad, move on, do another one. But also, don't drop it too fast. Sometimes it can require like sometimes you're like potentially like not at the right timing, and it happens. You can just like save the idea and like move on. I'm gonna give you like something exceptional, I guess. Is that 6 years ago, we did work with some researchers like in game theory, and like some AI researcher like at Apple. We did create like a white paper around like prediction market and how we could use like a decentralized oracle, um, to basically solve solve the votes faster and in a decentralized way. Uh, Imagine it was like 6 years ago. At this time, like Polymarket was I would say like the only one, and it wasn't like making any money. But we were like, I'm pretty sure like this is like an idea like worth billion. But the thing is like the timing was like pretty bad. We couldn't have launched like at this time because there was like no trend at all like on that. But if we were like having this idea and like pushing it, let's say like 2 or 3 years ago, would have been the perfect timing. But at this time, we did have like some, yeah, different like ways. I was like with my companies already. They did have like babies and stuff like that. So we couldn't just like make this company. We still have the paper and stuff like that. But it's all about like the timing. Like if we were launching it like 6 years ago, it wouldn't have worked. Nobody would have like fund us, and basically we would just have lost our job and didn't make any money. But I'm pretty confident if we did have do it like 3 years ago, would have been like $1 billion idea. So yeah, like you can have like a ton of ideas, can be like not the right timing. It's fine. Just continue, keep building, keep having ideas, and first of all, have fun doing it. If you do it just like for the money, you're gonna burn out, and not gonna be fun. You do it because you like it. It's cool because you're getting like freedom, but you're not doing it only for the money and the freedom. You do it because you like what you are like building. So please also consider, uh, yeah, taking this properly. Like do what you like.
Beautiful last piece of advice. Have fun, do what you like, and you'll succeed with that.
Yeah,
Um, thank you very much, Adrien, for all these answers, all these beautiful insights that you've shared with the iExec community. Thank you so much to everyone for your question, your attention. Just before closing this session, just as a small reminder, next week you still have workshops more on the technical side. So you have the first one with an introduction to the iExec tech. Then you have a live coding session, how to build an app in 30 minutes. And then you have the last one, which are office hours AMA on the iExec Discord. So please come to this next week. It will be very valuable also. And again, thank you for your time. Thank you for your energy today. See you next week. Thank
Thanks,
you, Adrien.
everyone. Have fun.